Welcome to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. My aim is to show you that the key to a happier and more positive mind is to love the life you have. We will look at tips and tools you can use to improve your mindset, and the best thing is, we'll all be on this journey together. Hello guys, welcome to episode 27. It feels like forever since I've recorded. It's been 2 weeks, but that period over Christmas just feels like so much longer, doesn't it? So my last episode was the Wednesday before Christmas, which was the solstice episode. So I just want to begin by wishing you a very happy new year. I hope you had an amazing Christmas. I hope you had the most wonderful time around your loved ones, and enjoyed the new year. Thank you for those of you who joined me on the 2023, the year of me, goal setting workshop. We had a great time. We all set some amazing goals, and it was quite an emotional and honest experience that we had with each other, and it was absolutely lovely. But since I last spoke to you, I've delivered my last wedding cake, so I'm no longer a cake maker. I did my solstice ritual with my family, which was really lovely actually. It was really well received by the boys. I didn't think that they would really understand it or really want to get involved in it, but they did it for me, and I actually think they really enjoyed it. So we let some things go, and we lit them in the fire, and we made a gratitude tree. So we made things that we were grateful for and pinned them onto our little twig tree, which I've still got now. So that's really lovely. We've had Christmas, and I had all the family round to me, which was really lovely. It was all a mad last minute rush though, because I had my wedding cake on the 21st of December. I hadn't finished my Christmas shopping, so then I was Christmas shopping the day after. It was just all a bit manic, and everything caught up with me. And a few days after Christmas, I got ill, which is why I haven't recorded another podcast episode since then. I do apologise for the lack of podcast episode last week. And it turns out that I actually had COVID, which I didn't realise at the time when I should have been recording. But yeah, I had COVID, and I'm okay now. But it just took a while. It's taken a while for me to get my energy levels back, but I'm all good. For my first episode of 2023, I want to talk about something that I'm very passionate about. And you guys know how much I love talking about vibration, frequency and energy. And something that is very, very closely linked to that is crystals. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's only in the last year that I have really found a love for crystals. And I don't know if you remember me saying, but I actually took a course last year, and I'm actually certified in crystal healing. So I just want to give you a bit of an overview today on why crystals are so key to our energy and how we can use them to raise our own vibration. Now, just in case you haven't listened to previous episodes, I'm just going to give you a very, very quick basic overview. But everything has energy, like absolutely everything that we can think of, look at, touch, everything has energy, whether you can see it or not. So crystals have energy, and everything has different frequencies of energy, and the frequency of energy just means how quickly it vibrates. So the quicker it vibrates, the higher frequency it has. And everything on this planet, in the universe, everything vibrates at different frequencies, and that includes crystals. But in order to understand how crystals can help our energy, I first want to tell you a little bit about chakras. Chakras are energy centers that we all have in our bodies, and we each have 7 basic chakras. Each chakra provides energy to different parts of the body. And when those different parts of the body are, the chakras are blocked or clogged, then you can get ill, you can get low energy. But by using Reiki and by using crystals, we can open up the chakra, which balances the flow of energy around the body. So before I go on and explain the 7 different chakras, I just want to emphasize that what I'm about to tell you does not replace medical advice, okay? So this basically is just purely based on energy, our energy centers. And what I'm about to tell you just explains how we can connect to them in a spiritual way. If you have problems, if you have medical problems, then you need to see a GP. Not listen to my spiritual advice. Okay? Right, now we've got that cleared up. The first of the 7 chakras is the root chakra. And this is commonly associated with the colour red. It's located in the base of the spine, so right at the very bottom of your tailbone. And the root chakra represents your grounding stability and your connection to your emotions. If you have a strong root chakra, then you will have strong survival instincts to fight or flight. So you know how to handle situations. And you have confidence in finding your place in groups, so whether that's in family or friendship groups. The root chakra is the most common chakra to be imbalanced. And if imbalanced, you might have a tendency to feel insecure or lonely. But physically, you might find that you have frequent tummy troubles or constipation. You might struggle with your digestive system. And because this is located in the base of your spine, then most lower body issues are linked to the imbalance of the root chakra. So if you have problems with your legs or your feet, then this might suggest that you have an imbalance in your root chakra energy. The second of the chakras is the sacral chakra, which is often associated with the colour orange. And this chakra is located in the abdomen, so about 2 inches below your belly button. The sacral chakra corresponds to your personal power in a creative sense. It corresponds to your sexuality and also your emotions and your senses. So if you're feeling over or under emotional, over or under sexual, over or under creative, then this might be a sign that your sacral chakra is out of balance. So if you suffer from commitment issues, whether you struggle to commit or whether you overcommit, if you bash the microphone there, if you feel that you struggle creatively, if you lack drive, if you lack ambition, if you struggle for confidence, this might be a sign that you need to rebalance your sacral chakra. And because of where it's located, in a medical sense, it can quite often cause problems in your sexual organs, in your kidneys, in your bladder, and in your large intestines. And sometimes this is also linked to constipation. The next chakra I want to talk about is the solar plexus, and this is located in the upper abdomen, so that is about 2 inches above your belly button. And this chakra is often associated with the colour yellow. It corresponds to our willpower. It corresponds to our personal drive, our confidence, our self-esteem, excuse me, our self-identity. So if you quite often feel drained, or if you feel a lack of control or helplessness, this might be a sign that your solar plexus is out of alignment. If you tend to worry a lot about what others think, if you feel confused, or if you have a tendency to procrastinate, then this might be an indication that you need to rebalance your solar plexus. And in a physical sense, this chakra is quite often associated with problems in the stomach, in the liver, in the gallbladder, in the small intestine. So if you do suffer from any of these issues, then it might be worth having a think if you struggle with self-esteem or self-confidence, or if you're the type of person that sets goals but struggles to stick to them, then this would be a good area for you to focus on. The next of the chakras is the heart chakra, which is often associated with the colour green, which isn't necessarily what you would associate with the heart. However, the colours are based on the colours of the aura, which is a whole different episode. So I'll go into that another time. But for now, just know that the colour green is associated with the heart chakra. And this is obviously located around the heart area, so around the centre of the chest. The heart chakra is associated with love and connection, joy and inner peace. So if you're grieving or if you are struggling in a relationship, then you might find that this causes your heart chakra to be imbalanced. And when your heart chakra is imbalanced, you might struggle with feelings of unworthiness, a fear of intimacy. You might hold grudges. You might struggle to forgive others. You might struggle to forgive yourself. You might be being hard on yourself for something. An imbalance in this area might also cause you to have low self-esteem. It might cause you to be paranoid and have low energy. It might even cause you to be overly angry. Physically, the heart chakra is connected to the heart, obviously, the lungs, the upper back and the shoulders, the hands and arms, like everything that expands from that area. So if you struggle physically in any of those areas, then that might also be a sign that your heart chakra is out of alignment. Now, the next chakra is the throat chakra, and this is often associated with the colour blue, so a light blue sometimes. And this is my favourite chakra because it all stems around your communication. Obviously, it's located in the throat, so anything around the neck, the throat, the mouth, and therefore it corresponds to your voice, your expression, self-expression, your honesty and integrity, your ability to communicate, your ability to speak your truth. So if you struggle to do any of these things or feel these things, then it might be a sign that your throat chakra is imbalanced. And you might find yourself telling fibs, not being able to keep secrets, or being overly shy or secretive. You might find yourself with issues around expressing your views with confidence. Because of where the throat chakra is located, then if you suffer regularly with throat issues or thyroid or sinus, or you have a lot of coughs and colds, then this might be a sign that you need to rebalance your throat chakra energy. If you struggle with neck or shoulder pain as well. Next up is your third eye chakra, and this is located on your forehead in between your eyes. It's quite often associated with the colour indigo, so or a dark blue or sometimes a purple, but purple is also associated with the crown chakra as well, so sometimes they do cross over. The third eye chakra is associated with your focus and your ability to see the bigger picture and strong intuition. It's also associated with your beliefs and attitudes, your mental clarity, your ability to see clearly and trust in people, and your desire to learn and grow. So because of where it's located, if you find yourself having eye problems, so whether you have blurred vision or other eye problems, if you suffer from headaches, tension headaches, if you struggle with memory or if you struggle with sleeping, these could all be a sign that your third eye is out of balance. You might find yourself lacking purpose or direction, and you might feel afraid of success, or alternatively, you might be overly egotistical. Like when one of your chakras is out of balance, it could work in one way or another. So it could make you underly feeling something, or it could make you overly feeling something. And then finally, the crown chakra, which is located on the very top of your head, where your crown would be placed. This is a highly spiritual chakra, and it connects you to the spiritual world. It connects you to the universe. It is your access to your subconscious and your unconscious. And if you want to feel enlightened, which is another way of truly knowing your purpose in this world, then connect to your crown chakra. And when you're connected to your crown chakra, when your crown chakra is balanced, then you radiate energy. You are dedicated to peace. You have faith and trust, and you have gratitude for your life, like true gratitude for everything on the planet. Does that make sense? So because of where it's located, if you, other head problems that you might suffer with, so again, headaches, migraine, sometimes depression, sensitivity to light, this can mean that your crown chakra is out of balance. If you feel no spark and you feel insignificant, if you struggle to feel joy, then it could be a sign that you need to take a look at rebalancing your crown chakra. So when you've identified that one of your chakras might be imbalanced or blocked even, then one way that you can work to unblock it or to rebalance it is by using crystals. And the way we can use crystals to rebalance our chakras is by connecting with the energy that is carried by a particular crystal. Now, all crystals carry different energies, they carry different properties, and you can use them directly on your chakra areas. So obviously, if you wanted to focus on the heart chakra, then you would place one of the crystals that corresponds with the heart chakra and covers the properties that you are looking for. You would place it around your chest area. You could also meditate with them, or just have them dotted around the house and soak up their energy. You can also have them in the bath with you. It's always worth checking if particular crystals are able to be in water. Most are fine, but some of them are just a bit too delicate and soft to be placed in water. But if you are able to place them in the bath, then your energy, it will soak up in the water, which obviously your body will soak up. When choosing a crystal, you want to really connect with it. So if you're in a crystal shop, then pick up all the different crystals and feel which one you feel drawn to. See if the energy matches yours. Sometimes if you get a tingling sensation, then that is a sign that it's the one you're looking for. And quite often when I'm choosing crystals, I'll just hold them in my hand and just see if it feels good in my hand, like if it just sits nicely in my fist. It's all down to intuition and how you feel about it. And when you buy crystals, it's important to cleanse them when you get them home, because if you imagine sort of everybody, when they go to choose their crystals, everybody picking up those crystals, the crystals absorb other people's energies. as well as pass on their energies. So all the different energies are going to be inside that crystal. So it's important to cleanse it when you get home. And there's a number of ways you can do this. So you can run them underwater, or if you can put them in naturally occurring water, so in a stream or a river or in the sea, then that's even better because it's obviously connected to nature. But water, it's, the idea of running it underwater is by draining the energy from it and returning it to the earth. You can smudge them with sage. So you can buy natural sage, which you light, and then the smoke of it, you put the crystals within the smoke and it just cleanses the energy from the crystal. I mean, this all sounds a bit bonkers, doesn't it? If you're not into crystals, you probably think I'm fucking barking. But honestly, what have you got to lose by just giving all this a go? Absolutely nothing. So go with me. You can, there's different crystals that you can get that also has cleansing properties and purifying properties, and selenite is one of them. You can buy, I've actually got a little, sorry, you can probably tell that I've got my crystals in front of me now. I'm reaching over for my selenite wand, and it looks like a little stick of ice, I guess, like white ice. And it's said that if you put certain crystals on top of it, then it draws out the energy to recharge and to cleanse the other crystal. You can put them out in natural light, so you can put them out in daylight or in moonlight even, and the energy from the sun or the moon cleanses the energy through them. And you can also bury them in the earth as well. So obviously they are reconnecting with the earth if they're buried in the soil. I don't like doing this because I don't like dirt and I don't like mud. That's not one of my ways of recharging my crystals, if I'm honest. But another good way is visualization. So if you hold the crystals in your hand and just visualize a white radiant light surrounding them and getting brighter and brighter. And if you visualize the impurities flushing out of the stone, then you might feel a shift in the stone's energy. You might feel it sort of coming back to life again. So it's important to find which way works for you and do this probably once a month, because as I said, the crystals soak up energy. So especially if you have a crystal that is particularly good at drawing out negative energy, you want to get rid of that energy regularly, to be honest, so as it's not carrying within the crystal and then radiating back to you again. In fact, I'm due a recharge of all my crystals. Talking about it now actually is just making me want to go through them all and repurpose them. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say as well. When you buy a crystal, or when you've charged your crystal, should I say, you need to reset the intentions for it. So you have to give your crystal an intention. So look up the properties that each crystal has and decide with your crystal what you want it to do to your body. Decide what effect it's going to have on you. So on that note, I'm going to tell you a few crystals that I recommend for each chakra. So starting with the root chakra, you've got red jasper, and there's so many different types of jasper that you can buy. Most of them are associated with the root chakra. So red jasper reminds you to pause and reassess the situation from different angles, absorbing all the information that surrounds you. It allows you to anchor yourself and connect with the environment, and it helps you question if there's another approach that you haven't considered. Another crystal that's good for the root chakra, but this is also good for a number of others as well, including the sacral and the solar plexus. But this is carnelian. And this is like an orangey sort of coloured crystal. And it allows us to see the opportunities that are within us. It helps us to see our individuality. It also helps you to see what is holding you back and to reconnect with how your inner power can release what is holding you back. So crystals that are good for the sacral chakra, one of them is orange calcite, and this helps you find solutions to problems. It helps you overcome challenges, and it helps you transform gloomy emotions. So sometimes if you're feeling a bit down, then use orange calcite's uplifting vibration. If you're lacking creativity, you can use orange calcite's creative energy to boost your creativity. Another crystal good for the sacral chakra is the peach moonstone. And the qualities of this are patient, unfolding, and organic. So we've all been so conditioned to value immediate results that it's trickled out into every aspect of life. So the peach moonstone, what that does is it lets your life unfold in its own divine timing. It makes you appreciate the experience that you're going through rather than constantly searching for the end result all the time. It also helps you break from comparison as well. It teaches you that we're all individual. Okay, so for some crystals that are good for the sacral chakra, you've got my absolute favourite that I feel the most connected to, which is citrine. I've got about 3 or 4 different citrines floating about the house. And I've just realised I said sacral chakra when actually I meant solar plexus. We've already done sacral. Right, so citrine is amazing for moving your dream into a reality. It helps you focus on the next steps. It makes your mind clear, it helps your motivation, and it helps you be creative. It's also associated with abundance and wealth. Next up, another favourite of mine is tiger's eye. And the qualities of tiger's eye are aligning, balancing, and integrating. This is a good one for empaths who quite often soak up other people's energy, and guilt or the need to people please quite often determines our priorities, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and quite often depleted. So tiger's eye is great for merging the inner and outer expressions of our energy, and it helps you prioritize in a healthy manner. Using the energy from tiger's eye, it helps you say no when you need to and say yes only when you mean it. A couple of good crystals to help heal the heart chakra. Another one of my favorites, rose quartz, and this one represents love. It represents self-love, and it helps you see yourself with compassion. It helps you see yourself from an angle of worthiness. And this is something, I sleep with my rose quartz under my pillow every single night. And I also find that it helps relieve tension from my shoulders. Green aventurine is another good one for the heart chakra. And this one has a high level of positive powers, and it also signifies wealth. It helps remind you that the journey you're taking is an energetic state of mind, not just a path to take, and it helps you be guided by your heart. Okay, so crystals associated with the throat chakra. One of them is sodalite. The qualities of sodalite are intuitive, awakening, and recalibrating. They help you develop faith and have soulful, meaningful conversations and seeing yourself as enough. It helps you see things from a place of honest reflection. The next is blue kyanite, and the qualities of this crystal are compassionate, communicative, and connective. So sometimes we forget that communication is reciprocal and that we must listen as much as we speak. When we focus on our part of the conversation, we sometimes miss what was shared and respond from a place of ego or fear. But blue kyanite demonstrates the power of compassionate communication, helping us find the words to share our truth and receive another's with openness and love. Next up are crystals for the third eye, and one of them is amethyst. And amethyst is conscious, thoughtful, and soothing. Finding a balance between our responsibilities and rest is a constant learning process. Under amethyst, we cultivate a sense of stability by living with awareness and intention. We learn to balance responsibility with pleasure, knowing that there's time and a place for it all. Amethyst helps overcome addictive tendencies, it helps balance the physical and energetic bodies, and it helps rediscover pleasure. It helps remind you that joy is just as important as any other responsibility. Another one is lapis lazuli, and this one is objective, aware, and mysterious. Lapis lazuli also corresponds with the throat chakra and also the crown chakra, and it helps with truthful communication. It helps with self-examination. It facilitates a deep exploration into the past, and it ushers us into an experience of total awareness, like Ross's unagi. And then finally, for the crown chakra, an amazing crystal is clear quartz. And clear quartz acts as a beacon. It's the shining light, clarifying what we've been running from, and also the light guiding us home back into ourselves. It magnifies those experiences that are looking for resolution, keeping them front and centre so we may learn, grow, and transform from them. Sometimes seeing ourselves is deeply uncomfortable. We're both intrigued and unsettled. The more we avoid it, the more painful this can be, and clear quartz connects us with our deepest truth. So there we go. That is the whole subject of chakras and crystals in a nutshell. I love talking about that and I love learning more about it. Like, you can never know enough. The more I look into it, the more I learn. So I'd love to know your thoughts on crystals. Like, do you love crystals? Do you think I'm fucking barking mad? Or is it something that you'd like to learn more about? Like, the way I see it, even if you don't believe in it, what is the actual harm in using crystals for alternative therapy? As long as you're using them alongside, modern medicine, then what is the actual harm? And you never know, it could make a massive difference in your life. Some people think that crystals create a placebo effect, but the thing is, placebo effects are proven to help recover from conditions. So, what's the problem? Let me know what your favourite crystal is. You can do this on Instagram, you can DM me. And if you've loved this episode, why not give it a little share? Why not put a picture of your favourite crystal on Instagram and tag me in it? Let me know that I'm not alone in the world of crystals. So guys, one of my goals this year is to grow my podcast. So I am asking you, if you listen to this every week, if you tune in to whatever I decide to go on about every week, then you obviously like what I've got to say. So can I ask you very, very kindly to, if that's you, if you tune in every week and you like what I say, please do find one person, at least one person this week to talk about my podcast with or to share it with. Because if every single one of you shares my podcast to at least one person, then I've got the ability to grow by double in 1 week. Do you know what I mean? So I beg you, if you love me and you want to help me out, please do share. And, if you really love me, then please do leave a review. If you go on to Apple or Spotify or however you listen to your podcasts and either rate, obviously 5 stars, but if you're able to, then leave me a little review. I would absolutely, totally appreciate that and love you forever. So this is me unapologetically and unashamedly begging for your help to help me grow. Thanks a lot for that, guys. And thank you so much for listening, as always. Again, apologies for the lack of podcast last week, but you'll be pleased to know I am feeling loads better, and I don't intend on missing any more episodes anytime soon. Have a great week, guys. I can't wait to see your crystal pictures shared with me on Instagram, and I'll speak to you next week. Love you lots. Bye.